traveler, and welcome to the corner of the tavern. I'm Patrick.
I'm Mikey.
And I'm Keith.
And today, we will be talking about a little bit of an old subject, but one that's new to us, and that's the first couple of Pirates of the Caribbean movies, because as it turns out, Mikey here has never seen them.
I never sat down and watched them to completion.
He's never yar har fiddly deed.
Yeah.
Nope.
Which I found very interesting, given the fact that you're into all the same shit as us. You know what I mean?
I think you guys like pirates more than me. I was more very strictly fantasy, even though pirates fit in there pretty well. But the pirate aspect I was never fully hooked on.
Regardless, I feel like Pirates of the Caribbean was kind of like a cultural touchstone to like our childhood, similar to like Harry Potter.
Yeah, even then I was more into like Harry Potter, and I know Pirates of the Caribbean is a Disney property.
Yes.
And I was not too much a Disney kid. I did have my fair share of it, but I was more like Cartoon Network and eventually Nickelodeon.
Gotcha. Well, regardless, after hearing that, we sat down and we made Mikey watch the first couple. We've gotten through the first two. So let's begin with The Curse of the Black Pearl. What did you think about it?
I thought it was an excellent movie. I loved it. Like, still the best shot of that movie is all of the spoilers.
Yeah. Spoilers for all of the Pirates of the Caribbean movie. Also, it's been 20 years, so
grow up. Is the shot of all the undead pirates walking on the seafloor. That is still such a cool shot.
Yeah, there's something about skeletal pirates that is just kind of sick.
Yeah, undead pirates are awesome.
I guess here's a quick question. What did you think of Captain Jack Sparrow, knowing that he's like a big figure in pop culture, I feel.
Yes.
What did you think about actually getting to experience sitting down and watching a movie with him in it?
I thought he was quite charming. I think
so did a lot of other people apparently.
Yeah, a lot of people definitely did. I see why they are enamored by his character. They do not have the same acting talent as Mr. Depp. They try though. They try.
Yeah, no, I mean, he definitely is the standout, but I don't feel necessarily in a bad way. You know what I mean? It's it's not like, oh my god, everybody else here sucks compared to him type
But
deal.
I like William Turner as well.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
it's Legolas.
Yeah, it's Legolas. So what was the actor's name? Misha Collins?
For Will?
Yeah.
Orlando Bloom.
Oh, it was Orlando Bloom?
Yeah.
I don't know why Misha Collins came in. But whatever.
Who's Misha Collins?
I can't remember. That's why I thought his name was. I was wrong.
There was some story about Orlando Bloom being he was accosted by a fan, and then after being begged for his autograph, he was like, "Oh, you're that guy? I thought you were someone else." So it's actually kind of funny that you did that. I don't remember the specifics of the story, but it was something like that, except it happened to him IRL. Which is weird because he's two of the most famous fantasy characters of all time. He's Legolas and Will Turner.
Yeah.
And yet people still don't know who the fuck he is, which is crazy.
He's a good looking guy though.
We recognize his character as not him, the person.
Yeah. I thought you were George Lopez. I thought you were Mr. Electricidad.
Mr. Electricidad?
From Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
God.
Who would you say
Shark Boy and Lava Girl review coming next.
Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
Lava Girl.
Real quick, I am interested. Who is your favorite character so far in all the movies that you've seen?
I did really like Barbossa. Barbossa had some great lines, and just that his unveiling of that they're undead, just his whole crew was awesome.
Oh, don't worry, he'll be back.
I'm aware.
Yeah.
I did see the end scene of the second movie.
Yeah. What about you, Keelan? I am curious. Who is your favorite character so far?
Honestly, I was always kind of a sucker for Will.
Yeah.
I like Will's character.
Yeah, Will was definitely really cool.
Don't get me wrong, Jack Sparrow's iconic. Of course, he's the face of the movies, even when the movies go on, other people aren't there. He always is, but I always liked Will. So.
Weirdly enough, I would say Elizabeth.
No, it's a strong central cast, honestly.
Yeah.
It's a very strong
It
central
is a
cast.
strong central cast. Will gets bonus points for being a blacksmith.
No, I love. I
But he
mean,
loses points for being a eunuch.
I didn't notice that running joke when I was a kid watching those movies.
Okay. Well, it wasn't until like I was in my teens and I learned what like a eunuch was that joke actually came out.
Mhm.
Like I was like, oh, okay, I get what they're talking about now. Like as a kid, I didn't know what the fuck it was. There was another running joke in there. What was it that something that pointed out?
I can't remember, but if you remember it, interrupt me. But I was gonna say I like that first movie, The Curse of the Black Pearl, is so strong, and it's so insane that this movie wound up being good because it has like I would say the dumbest inspiration because it was inspired by a carnival or not a carnival, but an amusement park ride.
Park ride.
Yeah, they were like, this is such a popular ride. What if we just turned it into a movie? It's like
So much fucking money.
Yeah, it's like we made millions of
Well, you have to admit it's a stupid idea.
Oh, it's a stupid idea, but I mean,
you get it's
like
if you're pitching that, yeah, you got to have some backup.
Guys, what if we made the top thrill dragster the movie?
see, but the thing is,
No.
it's like it was like I get it because it was like a themed ride because it's like it's a ride where you're going through this thing with undead pirates, right? Like it's a big attraction. People love these undead pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
So, if we're
You have a clear
work that-
antagonist. You have a theme that can drive a story. So I think it has more going.
Yeah,
for
so
it.
it's like as like a concept that people would like. It's like the undead pirates. Let's run with that, and they did. They did. They let them in the kitchen. They cooked. So I mean, like
Another thing that's so surprising to me is that it's a kids movie, and the only reason I say that is because like there's so much like sexuality, murder, gratuitous murder, dismemberment.
Yeah, back when shit used to be
Pillaging.
good. Yeah,
Yeah. What'd you say?
I said back when shit used to be good. Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
yeah, back when.
Now kids are out here. They're gonna be excited to go see Elio in theaters? No, dude.
Coddling them too much. Yeah.
I mean, here's what
Can you imagine like Pirates of the Caribbean coming out announcing that like fucking bean mouth Cal Arts art style?
Yeah, Steven Universe fights fucking Captain Barbosa. In the worst fanfic ever.
Yeah, you find out the scenes were traced over pornography the artist that had drawn herself.
Yeah.
Is that real to
That
something?
is real to something.
What is that?
It's Steve in the show Steven Universe. Rebecca Sugar?
Rebecca Sugar.
Traced over porn she had drawn for Ed, Ed and Eddie in a scene of Steven Universe.
Yeah, it's like a scene of two gems like kind of going to embrace each other, like almost kissing, and she drew porn of like
I think it's Eddie and
Double D.
Double D.
And they're like naked.
Yeah.
Yeah, let that sink in.
You keep telling me that Steven Universe isn't that bad. That's a pretty good show. I'm never watching that shit. Like the more you got, everything I know about it, I know against my will, and the more you guys try and put on me about it, I don't want it anymore.
I don't think I've ever made a recommendation for that show.
No,
for
I'm
you.
talking about specifically.
Yeah,
that,
I have.
but-
I'll
okay.
say, listen, it gets bad, and when it gets bad, it's bad. And the first season isn't good either. But there's two solid seasons.
I'm not going through it for 2
Also,
solid
they
seasons.
spent all their money on a single celebrity cameo.
Oh yeah, they did. What was it?
It was Nicki Minaj.
Yeah, Nicki Minaj.
Oh, that's every point you guys are making is worse.
I'm not defending this.
You remember when the fandom told that kid with cancer that they can't wait for him to die? You guys remember when that happened?
I don't doubt
And then
it. Steven
Captain Jack
Universe
Sparrow
fans are
came
fucking
in and saved
disgusting.
him.
And then Captain Jack, yeah, full Pirates of the Caribbean crossover. Was
Yeah, what's funny is that would be kind of accurate because apparently Johnny Depp practices his like improv as Jack Sparrow by dressing up in like the full costume and going to like children's hospitals and playing the character.
That's nice.
So like that is actually something that might happen. It's like Jack Sparrow just showing up.
Oh, you
there,
have cancer? Well, I've got a jar of dirt.
Yeah, no, I mean, the first movie to me is just so solid.
Oh yeah,
It's a solid movie. I
it's the
enjoyed
best
it.
one.
I would agree with that. I would agree. And it's just I mean, I fail to see really anything wrong with it except for that one thing that I totally didn't remember, but Mike, you pointed it out when Will Smith gets conked on the head with the bottle, and you were just like, okay, that looked bad.
Yeah.
I forgot how bad that was.
It was a little too, like, the slapstick was so blatant.
Yeah.
Like,
Where
I
he
was
just kind of like falls over and rolls down.
Yeah.
Well, because he literally like.
and does a
Oh,
slapstick
yeah.
cartoonish slow fall, and I was like, that was kind of weird.
Yeah, it would at least be funny if the bottle like broke over his head or something.
Yeah, have the bottle break and have him fall flat like in Fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, it's still a Disney kids movie, so they gotta like put in some kind of like shit for the kids too.
Mm-hmm.
Like if it was
I
like,
don't know if that's really for the kids though.
I mean, slapstick is what I mean. Like, oh, ha ha ha, pirate running by, conk, oh, I fall over, right? Like,
Yeah.
like if it was like a movie specifically made for adults, where this one's kind of like riding the line a bit. Like, it's obviously got a lot of stuff in there that adults are going to be into and enjoy, but it's still fun enough and just soft enough for kids to be like, you can sit down and have your kids watch it and be okay.
I feel like as much as
Just expose your kids to adult movies.
as much as I
Yes, but
as much as I love the movie, I do feel like at points it switches between like total extremes. Like in the final climax of the movie, especially where like all of the like Mikey mentioned, the undead pirates walk on the bottom of the sea, right? But then they climb onto the ship and they start like slitting the throats like very viscerally of like the Navy men.
Yeah, that was awesome.
And then
That was awesome.
it was awesome, but then we cut to like Will Turner and like Captain Jack and they're doing their final battle.
With the Mind Gold.
Yeah, and like specifically Will Turner's final battle with those 3 undead pirates, where they're doing like a lot of like ooh 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 like type shit, like over the top cartoony shit mixed with like.
well, that's just something that I have personally dubbed jingling keys syndrome.
Yeah.
That I've noticed a lot of like movies do, like especially like what are considered like the good classic kids
Look,
movies.
it's not scary anymore. Look, we're back. We're back.
No, it's more like they're trying to tell a solid movie. I'll use Atlantis as an example because this is the first time I came up with
I haven't
this
seen
term.
that movie in a long time.
Okay.
But just for example, like that, or even if we want to translate it to Pirates of the Caribbean, it's trying to tell like a good, solid story, right? And for the most part, it is pretty good, solid, whatever. But like, if you have kids watching this, they're gonna start getting bored. And this goes for any of these kinds of movies, right? So they're gonna start getting bored when you're putting in all this exposition and world building and stuff. So you have to cut it in with some kind of slapstick or some kind of fast movement or something going on that doesn't pertain to anything on screen other than just to have some kind of like wacky movement. So that way it keeps the kids entertained in watching it. Because if you try and take it a little too seriously and cut some of that out so that way a scene plays out like very emotionally, like they still have their emotional beats in those movies, like in like Pirates of the Caribbean and stuff, like don't get me wrong, but like you need to dial it back, or like if things are kind of winding up you need to have some kind of slapstick or funny moment so the kids will keep watching, and like the parents will sit there and roll their eyes doing like alright whatever. But like they're trying to tell a good story, and like I said, in order to do that, you need world building and exposition to an extent, and kids are just not in for that. So you kind of have to balance it out somewhere, and that's where you get a lot of those tonal shifts. So I mean, I kind of like look past it. It's like Will's running down the street, gets kind of like real bad, conked on the head with a bottle, and just
I think we're just
falls over.
I think our generation is just a different breed because I was fully tuned into the exposition dumps.
Oh no, I was too, but I just mean like if they're thinking about like because they're selling this to mass audiences, right?
Yes.
Like as kids, we're like hyper
as a family movie.
Yeah, like as kids,
Which is wild.
Like us, who we are, it's like, oh, we like fantasy and whatnot. So yeah, we're gonna sit down and watch like a fantasy movie or something that has a lot of like exposition, world building shit, like Lord of the Rings. I watched that as a kid, I liked it. But
Same.
That was awesome.
But that's because that's what we're into. But if you're trying to sell this shit to a mass audience, you need to kind of like dial it or smooth it out to a bit. Because like you want it to appeal to like as many people as possible, and that's where we started getting like over the edge when we started coming to that whole Cal Arts art style shit where like everything's fucking bean mouth and looks exactly the same and every movie's exactly the same. Is because like they're not good. They're not trying to tell a good story anymore. Really,
They're just trying to sell you a product.
they claim that they are. They claim that they're trying to sell you a good story, but they're not. They're trying to sell you something safe. They're trying to push whatever they want to tell or whatever agenda they got, which, again, that's kind of how stories work anyway, but it's too soft, and there's not enough there to really catch anybody's interest. And that's where we kind of had it good back in the day because, again, as kids, we can watch Pirates of the Caribbean where it's like 1 minute, slapstick, pirate, undead comedy, but the other minute they're fucking crawling up a ship and slitting throats and stuff, so.
That being said, again, I keep going back to the tonal whiplash because, like, the reason why I feel I get such whiplash with it isn't just because it's so jarring, like, but it's just, like, I would say that, like, it's very much a 9-to-1 ratio of, like, serious pirate movie to slapstick for kids. To the point where when the slapstick does come up, it's like,
all right, but
that really stuck out.
All right, but let me put it this way. We're watching this back as adults now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
As a kid, did you have any issue with it?
No.
Yeah, you said you didn't notice it till he brought it up the other day when we were watching it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the point, is like, as a kid, when you're watching this, you don't think any different from Will getting conked in the head kind of funny to them slitting the throats of the Navy man. Like there really isn't too much of a differentiation there.
Mm-hmm.
Like as a kid, you're enjoying the whole ride the whole way through, and you fucking love it.
Mm-hmm.
Like as an adult, you're like, huh, yeah, that does look a little off. But it's still a good enough movie that if you're a parent watching with your kids, you're having a good time too.
Mm-hmm.
So
when I was a kid, I really didn't get the sexual stuff. Like
yeah,
when,
well, that's in more for the parents.
Yeah, like when Captain Barbossa's like, I'll be wanting the dress back, and or
Yeah.
you'll be dining with the crew,
Oh.
and you'll be naked.
Yeah, that was the joke that I never got when I was a kid or whatever. Like it kind of flew past me until I watched it. Was in the second one when Elizabeth's like walking up to the ship with like Jack, and she wants to like go on the trip
Oh,
or whatever.
yeah.
And he's like, oh, you know, those clothes don't really suit you. I'd say for you it's a dress or nothing, and I happen to have no dress in my cabin.
Yeah,
Like-
that was a good line.
That's
So, real quick, getting back to the first movie before we move on to the second. What would you guys say was your favorite scene in the first movie?
I think I've said it already. It's the undead pirates walking across the seafloor
Yeah.
and boarding the ship. That scene is so fucking cool.
My scene has never changed since I was a kid. It's always been the Jack Sparrow, Will Turner blacksmith fight.
That was good.
I love that whole sequence.
I really-
That is a good set piece.
Yeah, I do really love the choreography in that one.
Yeah, just
I don't know. That whole movie's just kind of solid all the way around.
That's what I'm saying. It's hard.
The ship battle scene's pretty cool between like the
Black Pearl and the ship that they steal.
yeah, I'm trying to remember the name of that ship.
Oh, and that's another.
Like the Cutlass or something. I don't know.
Something like that.
I don't remember.
But yeah, where they're like loading the cannons with like everything, like which is
Yeah.
all the spare shit they have.
Speaking of that, I love the sequence where they steal that ship, where they steal a different ship.
Yeah, so that way everybody boards off of it to come get them, and then they just like
The Interceptor.
Yeah,
Interceptor, yeah.
Interceptor.
Yeah.
No ship's as fast as the Interceptor.
Yeah. So they and then it's
There's a lot of good like witty dialogue in that way, like things that like everybody's been trying to like implement sense and just hasn't done right.
oh yeah.
Because it's like everybody wants to have that kind of like witty, snappy dialogue.
Yeah.
Marvel. But and like everybody's been trying to go for that, but nothing's been as good as like the first couple of things that came out that's had that. Like,
Yeah.
like the Black Pearl. I hear she never leaves any survivors. It's like, oh no, survivors. Where do all the stories come from?
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah.
Oh, now for a little bit of a personal story with Pirates of the Caribbean 1. You see, gentlemen, and this may have extended to other things too, and I'll get into that in a second. But I might have told both of you the story off camera. But Pirates of the Caribbean had a very profound effect on me personally growing up because it ruined.
Before you continue, what year did the first Pirates of the Caribbean come out?
2004, I believe.
Wow, 04?
yeah, they came out pretty early.
Yeah.
First couple of
Wow.
them.
Yeah, it was 02 or 04, but
It might have been 04 because I think they took like I said, like the 2-year gap for the second movie, and then like the next one came out like the year after because they filmed those ones like back to back.
But this that movie had a very profound effect on me because it ruined something I loved.
What did it ruin?
You see, back before the movie came out, at our local Ren Fair,
Yeah.
the pirate encampment was a place for children, like me at the time, where you'd have your local pirates and they'd be like, "Yo ho, me hearties, find me very treasure. Let's ride down the slide, whoopee!" type shit. It was all
sticks and fighting.
yeah. It was a very child-friendly area, but it had all changed when Pirates of the Caribbean came out, because suddenly the pirate encampment was flooded with pirate OCs, because
They were all Jack Sparrow.
well, they weren't Jack Sparrow. They were Johnny Red Wing and
Captain Greyhound.
Captain.
I was gonna say that.
I gotcha.
A specific one. But you know what I'm saying? Like, instead of Jack Sparrow, they were all J. Name Bird. Captain J. Name Bird. They were all captains, weirdly enough. All 50 of them.
All captains.
All captains.
Hey, I'm a captain.
And they were all... There we go.
There we go.
Captain Johnny Jones. and yeah, so they were all... They all just, flooded the area, getting high and drunk and or pretending
And littering.
and littering and actually pulling out. This was a real event that happened. Pulling out real swords and
Well, being at that fair doesn't surprise me.
yeah, and then one of them flew out of their hands and almost hit a kid in the head. Yep, and that whole area was just flooded with what we dubbed the cringe pirates, and just ruined it. And it was no longer an area for children, and it never has been to this day. Pirates of the Caribbean literally ruined my childhood.
I'm sure
It kind of ruined the public perception of pirates.
It really did. It really did.
you should show up as a bunch of redcoats and shoot them out of there.
Yeah, dress like Woods Rogers and be like, "You can either bend the knee to the king or be hanged."
That would actually go hard.
That would go hard.
I might do that at the fair.
But yeah, so Pirates of the Caribbean, when it came out, it
Irreversible damage.
irreversible damage to my personal Ren Fair, and I wonder if it did that to others as well. If other Ren Fairs,
I'm
suffered.
sure it's had its impact on other Ren fairs.
Mm-hmm. Because before Pirates of the Caribbean, if I remember correctly, in pop culture, pirates were very much like a kid's thing.
To an extent, I mean, you had movie. I don't know if you guys have ever seen Yellowbeard.
No.
Oh, we gotta watch that movie. That's a good one. It depends if you guys like Monty Python style comedy or not.
I do.
I do.
Because it's like some of the same guys. Like
Oh,
okay.
my dad showed it to me one time, like when I was like 5 or something.
Oh, I'm surprised he showed it to you then. You might not have understood a few of the things in there at that age.
Oh, I definitely did. When I was a kid and I was with my dad, yeah, he definitely showed me Monty Python and the Holy Grail around that same
Oh,
age.
well, that's
That's
good.
fine.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but I still don't...
I gotta say, my favorite of the Monty Python movies has got to be Life of Brian.
I always hear good things about Life of Brian.
That is a good one. I love that one. Yeah, because the thing is, it's like, I think the best quick side tangent for Monty Python, real quick. I gotta say, like, the best content that like Monty Python has done, in my opinion, the best content they've done is like the first 15-20 minutes of Holy Grail. After that, I feel like the movie kind of teeters off a bit.
I agree.
Like,
I
it's
agree.
still good. It's still a good movie, but like it doesn't match up to the first like 15-20 minutes of that movie. Life of Brian, like, its heights don't reach as high as the first 15 or 20 minutes of that, but it's still, but it's like evenly good
It's
throughout the whole thing.
consistent.
Yeah, it's like it's very consistent. To
Instead
where
of
it's like yeah, like it's better than like the like latter half of like Monty Python the entire way through. So like, although its heights don't reach as good as that one, it's still so good.
Its lows are nowhere near the bottom. Gotcha.
No, those are two movies we gotta watch because Yellowbeard is a good one.
Yeah, we still gotta watch Mad Max.
Yeah, we do have to watch.
Yeah, we got a lot of movies to watch and discuss. Speaking
discuss.
of,
yeah, Yellowbeard.
yeah, no, we will watch because I remember some stuff about it and I do really want to rewatch it. But yeah, no, like so
like you said, like it's kind of like pirates were considered kind of like a kid's thing to an extent. You know, like you have like kids dress up as pirates for Halloween kind of stuff. Like it was just kind of like kids TV shows and whatnot. And then like if you have like the people who actually cared about pirates outside of like the couple of adult content kind of things, it was more people who were interested in like the actual like stories of pirates or like or something like Treasure Island and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Which even then has kind of like a kid insert to it as like somebody who like comes along for the journey. So even then it's kind of like a story for like young adults or like kids and stuff to kind of get into to kind of get that genre. But like if you're like actually interested in like the history of pirates at all, that is a wacky fucking time period. Like the golden age of piracy just feels like something fantasy. Like all the different just like characters of people that have come out around then. Like least of all being Blackbeard, but still it's just like
I particularly
it's a wild
love.
time.
I particularly love this tale of Stede Bonnet.
Oh yeah, he's just like, yeah, I'm a sugar plantation owner, and you know life's pretty solid, but I think I'm just gonna be a pirate one day.
Yeah, do you know about Stede Bonnet? He was the worst pirate on ever.
Oh yeah, he was bad. He was bored at like his plantation, and like nobody knows why the fuck he decided to be a pirate outside of that.
Yeah.
He had it good and just said, fuck it.
Yeah. He wanted a life of adventure.
He was the equivalent of like the people who watched Pirates of the Caribbean and then showed up as his OC.
Yeah.
Like he literally abandoned his whole family and instead of stealing a ship, commissioned a fucking like boat company to make him one full of completely irrelevant shit. Like his ship had a whole library when most sailors couldn't even read.
Yeah.
And he was horrible. He was horrible. He was bad at being a pirate. He was known as being the worst pirate. He was just living out his adult fantasy.
Yeah.
Being a pirate was his midlife crisis.
It literally, it was like a midlife crisis to him.
I mean, that hasn't really changed in our world. I mean, that's what billionaires do now.
I mean, yeah, but it's still the point of it's like this is like an age where like people are just fighting and dying on the seas and shit. He's just like, yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, based and pirate pilled.
Hey, you know what? Fuck it, I love Stede Bonnet.
Yeah.
Great pirate. He was doing that shit for the love of the game. He didn't need that money.
That's so true.
He just wanted it.
But dude, also like pirate, like again, those movies completely brought pirates into the mainstream of pop culture the same way Marvel did with superheroes, because like that started shit like International Talk Like a Pirate Day, Wife Swap, which was like huge at the time on TV, had an episode with a pirate family.
That's insane.
Yeah,
How do you have a pirate family?
They were actually the people who started International Talk Like a Pirate Day.
Yeah.
Bar Rescue had a pirate episode, which was the best one.
Really?
Yeah. Do you guys watch Bar Rescue at all?
I've seen Bar Rescue.
I've seen like an episode or two.
Okay, so I
get it. It's like, oh, shitty place running out of business.
Yeah. Yeah, so the pirate episode of Bar Rescue is the best one because the premise is like, imagine all of the cringiest people we've ever met at a Ren Fair. They start a pirate bar, and John Tavern has to come in to save it. And it's so good. Like there's one guy who they specifically have to train to talk normal because he can't not do the "Yar me ladies."
So it's just like that character from Dodgeball.
Yes, yes.
Wow.
Yeah, Pirate Peter, whatever his
Yeah.
fucking name was from Dodgeball. Yeah. So pirates completely took over pop culture, like to the point where like Ren Fairs, going back to Ren Fair culture, like, you know, they had I doubt that they had pirate weekends at Ren Fairs before
Probably, yeah.
before Pirates of the Caribbean came out. Like again, it made pirates like the thing to dress as, the thing to be at a Ren Fair.
Yeah, it was hip. It was new.
Yeah, funny thing, again, you know, as much as I really do appreciate the, at least, I'm just going to refer to it as the Pirates of the Caribbean trilogy. I don't care about the other two movies that came out past that.
We'll get to them though.
Fuck them, I don't care. I'm not referring to those. So the Pirates of the
They're
Caribbean
going to
trilogy.
subjugate me to those movies.
I am.
Yeah. I've only seen the fifth one once, and all I remember is just it being so bad. So you guys are in for a treat.
Yeah, we'll get to it.
My brain has retconned that one out. But what was it? The comment that you had said you'd seen from somebody say was like the fifth one's so bad it makes the fourth one look like a part of the original trilogy.
Yeah.
It really is like that. But like, as much as I do like the Pirates trilogy, it's done the same thing for pirates in the public perspective that like all these Viking shows and shit have done to like Vikings in the modern perspective.
Yes.
Where it's like now they all wear like rough leather and they have like the fucking mascara and shit on and they're all bad boys and stuff. Like like that look is just
They have
prevalent through
the shaved sides mohawk with the braids.
Yeah, like that bad boy leather dark eyes guy. And every pirate and every Viking looks like that now. No matter if it's people dressing up like them, no matter if it's a new show coming out or movie or whatever, every fucking one looks like that because of where they've kind of got this inspiration from, which is a shame because historically people were a lot more colorful and you had a big variety of them. It'd be kind of neat to see those kind of things clash instead of everybody looking like they're going to a fucking BDSM room.
Well, and I feel
sex, drugs, and rock and roll. That's what sells.
Well, and
That's
also
true.
I feel like that's more of an effect of like fantasy has definitely taken over. Like again, like going back to the Ren Fair scene and stuff like that. Like, because Renaissance fairs used to start as like historical reenactments, basically.
Yeah.
And now it's more about like
You dress up as your OC. You come,
Yeah.
you buy
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's
It's a market.
imagine if we went to like Civil War reenactments and
Here's my OC.
And
Yeah.
I put on a laser pistol.
yeah, demons are there and
I'm actually the Tiefling General of the Union Army, and this is my gauze gun.
I might stab you in real life.
I might say, that's where we're heading in 20 years.
Yeah.
Just wait for it.
I actually teleported from a steampunk timeline.
Yeah.
That's another thing. I fucking hate time travel.
Oh yeah.
As any sort of like plot device or narrative device.
Even in
No.
Back to the Future.
No, not Back to the Future. Back to the Future did it right.
Yeah.
Like it's actually entertaining and fun to be part of. And then unlike these fucking nerds who want to complicate time travel to the nth degree.
I would agree with that. But really,
Actually, this paradox happens because you did this. Shut the fuck up!
shut the fuck up.
I think my favorite form of a paradox coming up is from Snake Eater, because in Metal Gear Solid 3.
Yeah.
Because there's a part towards literally the first mission of that game where like once you take out like young Revolver Ocelot, this is before he's using the revolvers and shit. Like in a in a cutscene, you knock him out, and then like you have to escape, and he's just on the ground like passed out. But if you like get down and like kill him, you get a game over screen where like the Colonel from like the later games as you're playing as Solid Snake, like he comes on, he's like, Snake, you created a time paradox, and like the game over thing like just like kind of like changes like letters into just saying time paradox.
That's funny.
I don't know how I feel about that.
I think.
Well, I mean, it's just kind of like it's a fun little thing of if you went out of your way to kill this guy while he's on the ground, you've made a time paradox.
I like that because it's a very specific game over.
It's like a little
Instead of just game over, they created a specific game over.
it's like a little
for that.
Easter egg game over screen because like instead
Yeah,
of just you like you killed him, you failed the objective, you weren't supposed to kill him. Boom.
I get it.
But it's like you kill him, it's just like, Snake, you've created a time paradox, and dun 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 dun. dun. It's just a time paradox on the screen.
You just hate fun, Mikey.
I enjoy a lot of fun. I enjoyed this fucking movie. What are you talking about?
And as we've discussed, it's ruined pirates. You hate fun.
But yeah, no, but yeah, just getting back to the first movie, Mikey.
Yes.
What would you rate the first Pirates of the Caribbean out of 10? What would you give it?
Probably a solid 9 out of 10.
I would agree.
It was a great movie.
It's crazy
It's
how
very
good
solid.
it is.
It is a very solid movie. Like if I'm just hankering for like, man, I kind of want some pirate action on right now, even just in the background, I'll specifically throw on Curse of the Black Pearl just because it is just a fun pirate adventure just to have playing.
Mm-hmm. And I love the ending scene too, where Will like.
Dude, Will's got to put that fucking fit on again.
Oh my
like
God,
he's always got that shit on. Like
Got that
he
shit
always
on it.
looks really clean, but that fit was so good.
Yeah, no, that was
Got that thing on him.
got that dang on him. Yeah, no, his outfit in the ending scene, and then I love like the whole ending where they bust him out of the hanging.
Yeah.
And then
They do the call back to like he throws the sword really hard, which I don't think he ever does again in the series. He only does it like that first movie where he just throws a sword super fucking hard and it like sticks into shit.
yeah, yeah, I would agree 9 out of 10. I think that there's like a few things that objectively keep it from being a perfect
Whoa,
movie.
you're agreeing on a score with me?
I know.
You know what?
It's crazy.
You know what? 10 out of 10.
You're willing to say it's a perfect movie?
I'm willing to say it's a perfect movie for what it is, for what it's trying to present, for what it's done to culture. How big of a fucking splash in the pond that movie made, and like it's something you can enjoy throughout your entire life, from kid to adulthood. It resonates with people. Yeah, sure, there's a little bit of tonal whiplash. I understand what you mean by that, but to me, it's not as egregious because of what the movie is, and to be based off of a fucking amusement park ride, and that's what they came up with. I'd say 10 out of 10. I'm willing to go there. And I very rarely give movies 10 out of 10s because to me that's a perfect movie. For what this movie was trying to go for all of the series, I say this one's a 10.
Fair enough. I'm willing to accept that. Before we move on to 2, I want to talk again a little bit more on the pop culture side of things, just because you brought up Vikings.
Yeah.
And to make a quick comparison, I don't think we've had there hasn't been like a Viking equivalent to Pirates of the Caribbean. Like, don't get me wrong, Vikings are still very big in pop culture, and people
Especially right now.
yeah, dress up as them and stuff like that.
I gotta say it's the Vikings TV show.
Yeah, it's the Vikings.
I don't think it's anywhere near as big though as Pirates
No, but I
was
mean,
or is. You know,
Well, the thing is, I mean, yeah, sure, it's a bit more because the thing is, it's like swashbuckling pirates is something anybody can really get into, right? Like it's big, it's flashy. There's shit battles. You can add fantasy elements in there, like they're fighting undead pirates or squid monsters or whatever it is,
Yeah.
right? Like there's so much you can do with like that setting, and it's just. Like, even back in the day, back to, like, when, like, Hollywood shit was first popping off, like, these big mainstream movies, it was like, pirate movies and shit. Like, that's what people kind of got into when it was, like, that and Westerns. So, like, yeah, that would be, more gripping to mainstream audiences, because it always has been, and it's a movie, it's much more easily digestible for somebody to just hop into than, like, a long-running TV show. But Vikings, as a concept, I'd be willing to go out and say it was way less prevalent than Pirates even were before Pirates of the Caribbean came out. So while I wouldn't say Vikings is an amazing TV show, there's a lot of issues I have with it, even though I do kind of enjoy it to an extent. I feel like it's probably the closest direct comparison to what this has made the splash of the pond for the Viking community and has blown that shit up the same way the Pirates one has. It's just, like I said, Pirates are much more easily accessible, so more people got into that kind of thing. But you get the same, like, look vibe change that has gone on. Like, now you have all the fucking pirate OCs walking around. They all look like Jack Sparrow and whatnot, because they all got the fucking mascara and they're drunk and they're talking and doing all this shit.
Yeah.
You're gonna have the same thing with all the Viking guys are doing the fucking braids and the black leather and and like the black eyeliner and whatnot. So,
I agree with you. I'm only comparing it in terms of scope, because like imagine if like say
I'm going by impact of the community.
That's fair. Again, I'm doing a direct comparison because I'm only saying like imagine if say like the Northmen came out,
Yeah.
and then like every Ren Fair for the next 10 years was dominated by fucking cringe lord Vikings.
I mean, shit would have been cool. I kind of like the Northmen, not gonna lie.
I mean, listen.
I would stop going to Ren fairs if that happened.
No.
You think you would stop going to Ren Fair? Like okay, Mikey, because I know you didn't grow up on Ren Fairs like me.
I mean,
You're talking about it.
I know, but yeah,
I've gone to Ren fairs when I was a kid.
yeah, but like, did you go like every year all the time? Like,
Maybe once a year.
okay, I guess my point is like you would have like if you were going like constantly during that like active like pirate thing, would you have felt the same way, or is it Viking specific to you, where you're like,
No, I probably would have felt the same way.
okay, yeah, that's what I was asking about. Like if you had to deal with all the Jack Sparrows, you would have been like,
No, I would not engage. I would move immediately. I would see it and then I'd walk in the opposite direction.
and yet,
You spit on the ground a little bit.
Yep,
and yet you're part of this pirate crew.
I am.
How times have changed.
Yar har fiddly dee.
But so.
Patrick, we all gonna put the hat on at least once this episode.
Oh, for sure.
It's your turn next.
All right. I was gonna say also.
I'm about to say my neck articulation is limited.
Yeah, it's a heavy hat.
Because you guys don't wear it with pride like I do. You gotta wear this thing like a crown. That's what
You can't subjugate me to wear the hat.
that's what a pirate's hat should be.
It is a good one. I have a
good tricorn hat.
I got like a really good like. It's a cheap one. It was like $10 Party City
Yeah,
one.
I do like your small one. It's like it's much more practical than this one. But
Oh, Party City, how we miss ye.
Yeah.
but man, is this one so nice? It's all
Our world is filled with fallen empires who thought they would live forever.
genuine leather. All right.
Yeah, no, his is that's a really nice hat. But I can never wear it all day. Pirate mewing.
Mewing streak.
Mew streak. But and then
I got a
another.
mule to stave off the scurvy.
But I was just gonna say, like, another thing too. I think wearing a pirate outfit to a Ren Fair is very inviting, because I think it's very loose, breathable material, flowy. It feels good to wear, and then also you get to wear a sword and it doesn't clash.
Yeah.
It looks good. You know what I'm saying? So it's.
Yeah.
I think it's a very good like. Another thing that I think invites pirates even more so than Viking. Again, going back to your point, is I feel like.
I said it's a very accessible thing to get into.
Exactly, I feel even more so than Vikings. So,
Oh
like,
yeah, no, definitely.
Because
That's
if
what
you,
I said, there's
it's definitely more accessible than Vikings.
that's why I said I was making the comparison on like a cultural, like community basis.
Mhm.
There was not really a Viking community before that show dropped,
Mhm.
and then now like a lot of people do that Viking shit. And it all looks the same way the pirate thing did. It's just there's gonna be so many more pirates because of that, and when it comes to like pirates and stuff too, is it's like very, very loose, breathable. You could throw on a little bit or a lot, and you still look good. And then even if you want to throw on like whatever mixture of swords and shit you got with you, it all still kind of works because pirates are just the bandits of the sea. So like, you can just say, oh, I took this off of a guy, or I got this or this or this. So it all still works together.
Mhm.
Like
No.
I could use my Crusader sword the same way I could use my cutlass, and it would look exactly the same. Like it would still look like a pirate outfit.
I was literally about to say that as an example because, like, to your point,
Yeah.
because I was at the Pirate Festival just last weekend, and there was a few people I ran into who repurposed some of their like Ren Fair fit stuff. Like I saw like a few people with not long swords but arming swords.
Yeah.
And it didn't look out of place or bad.
That's what I said. So I did like even still, and this also is kind of period accurate, which is why I really want to get one. Other than I just like the feel of them. A rapier or a small sword, perfect pirate swords. They use that shit a lot historically, and I'd be able to use that either with the cutlass or just on its own, and it would look completely fine. It would look
Speaking
great.
of that, I was surprised I found that scene where the guy where they kept cutting during the dialogue, and they cut out one of his swords. And
Oh
repurposed
yeah,
it.
that's in Pirates of the Caribbean 2. Let's get to that.
Yeah.
Because we're just about to move on to that. But yeah, no, I never noticed that, and then you brought that up, and I was like, oh my god, you're right.
Well,
But
what are we talking about?
it's
When the
it's
sword switches.
yeah, it's from Pirates of the Caribbean 2. But just to wrap up one and pop culture and all that, I was just gonna say I agree with you, small sword gang.
Small sword gang.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. But all right, let's move on to Pirates of the Caribbean 2, Dead Man's Chest. Initial thoughts, Mikey. What did you think of this one?
Suck dog dick.
Yeah, it's like it immediately goes
immediately goes down.
Yeah, like 9 to a 3.
Yeah.
No, that was good. See, I agree with a lot of people that say online that like Davy Jones CGI is
peak.
top tier.
Oh yeah. So
It holds up today.
It holds up today and how good that shit.
well, because they realized that like back then they were like throwing everything they had into like the CGI and shit because like Gollum looked so good back like in the
Oh,
80s
yeah.
and whatever.
It was the new thing to do.
Yeah.
And also, it was it was exciting.
So they actually tried, and it looked fucking great. And then, like, somewhere, I want to say, like, somewhere during, like, the 2010s, because, like, even up until, like the Transformer movies in, like, 2007 and stuff, like, they still look, like, I mean, although...
Transformers 2, Devastator also got his name Devastator because when people tried to run him on their computers, they would brick them.
Yeah, you say what you want
about,
about,
yeah.
like, the style, like, the art style they did for the Transformers in those movies. I'll probably agree with you, but as far as like the CGI on what they look like goes, it was good because like again back in the day, back in like the 2000s, they fucking tried when it came to the CG shit. And then like in the 2010s, they're like, oh, it doesn't matter as long as it's flashy enough, people will watch it. And then that's why CGI now looks like fucking dog water, like it's running on PS2 graphics because who fucking cares?
Mm-hmm. Well,
Yeah.
also I do feel like there has developed again an over reliance on
Oh
it.
yeah, definitely.
Which also like
Yeah, like
animators
like
are under-
Ian McKellen breaking down crying when they're filming The Hobbit because
Oh my
everyone's
God.
in a green room.
Yeah, that was really sick.
that was hard to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When he's just like,
He's like,
Yeah,
he's like, I'm acting, but there's nobody to.
Yeah.
There's nobody here.
but yeah, no. So I agree. Like not just Davy Jones, but like all of
Oh yeah, all the
his-
pirates look good.
yeah, all of the what are they called? Like sea creature pirates.
Yeah,
and the
sea
designs are
creature
so
pirates.
varied too. I like how like each of them was like a different sea creature.
Yeah, they're
and
all
they
inspired
worked
by
it.
different sea creatures.
My favorite is probably the shark.
Yeah,
How he's got
I
like the
the
two
hammer.
missing eyes.
Yeah, like complements each other. Like
Yeah.
he's missing, I think, like his left eye, so like the shark eye's missing like the right one.
Yeah.
so he still can see from both sides.
I like the guy who was like a pufferfish. Like,
Yeah,
so
it, like, blows up his-
Mhm. Yeah, no, and they do like creative stuff with them too. Like there was like one guy who got cut open and like krillfish.
Yeah,
Spilled out.
like eels and shit. Instead of like guts and stuff, it's like all in.
Yeah.
It's like
sea
smaller
shit.
sea creatures.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
Water bugs.
yeah, and then there was like the one guy. There was like the one guy who got his head like knocked off, and he was like,
Oh yeah,
yeah,
like,
the
turns
conch
into
shell.
like a
Yeah, the conch
hermit
shell head.
crab.
yeah, and he turns
Yeah.
into a hermit crab, yeah, and walks away like. So yeah, no, I love all of that.
Yeah, there's a
stuff,
lot
too.
of charm into those characters.
What did you think of the general plot like of this movie compared to the last one?
I say it's just beneath the first one, like in terms of quality. Let's see, because the second one, they're trying to get the compass back, right?
There's
Yeah, trying to get the compass
there's
back.
like multiple things going on. Whereas like the first movie is definitely very straightforward because in the first movie Elizabeth, basically the whole movie is get Elizabeth back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the pirates have their own motivation with the gold and the blood.
Yeah.
But like largely it's a very damsel in distress rescue the princess type narrative. Whereas in the second movie there's a lot happening because it's like Will needs to find Jack to get the compass for what's the bad guy's name in this movie?
Oh man,
He's the
I can't remember. I really like the guy, but I can't remember his
yeah,
name.
he's the new Navy man to replace Commodore Norrington.
Oh, yeah.
Navy guy, needs the compass, so he's willing to legally kill Jack and Elizabeth for helping Jack escape.
Or Will and Elizabeth.
Yeah, Will and Elizabeth, because they helped Jack escape in the last movie. So he sends Will to get the compass,
Yeah,
but
they-
meanwhile Jack wants the heart of Davy Jones because he made a deal with Davy Jones 13 years ago to raise the Black Pearl. And my point in saying all this is just there's a lot of stuff happening in this movie.
There's a lot of moving parts in this one. The funny thing is, all of it is for the chest. Like even the guy wants the compass is powerful, right? But he wants the compass specifically to find the chest. But Jack's also looking for the chest because they're all going for it. Because whoever has it can control Davy Jones, and whoever controls Davy Jones controls the sea.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, oh, are the pirates going to have it and be free? Or are the Navy going to have it and rule the waters?
I was gonna say that's the one thing that keeps it from being too confusing is that as every character does have like 10 different motivations.
They are all still looking for this one thing.
Yeah, it all converges.
It all converges on the heart.
And to be fair, you're kind of going into this as like it's almost like an Across the Spider-Verse kind of thing, because this one is very much like half the movie. Like,
Yeah,
in itself, like it is still kind
It's
of...
all still half of a movie.
Yeah, like it's still very self-concluded, because you haven't seen the third one yet,
Nope.
and it's kind of like that for like the Across the Spider-Verse. It's like, it's still a pretty good movie on its own, but it cuts off and like leaves it like a cliffhanger, and you got to finish the story because it was built to have a second half, and that's where the third one comes in, because that's where it wraps all those plot lines up.
Yeah, I would say the Pirates trilogy is like the original Star Wars trilogy, where it's like the first movie is
It's
a
pretty
standalone,
self-contained,
and then the second and third movies are part 1 and 2.
Yeah.
But that aside, I do feel like, I don't know. You compare it to Across the Spider-Verse,
Yeah.
that movie definitely feels like
Half a movie.
half a movie. This movie just feels like, I don't know. It feels like the movie does conclude, but like,
Well, as I said, it's in itself, it's its full movie.
I think
and all
it
that.
sets itself up well.
Well, a lot of the things that end up being trilogies tend to do that, because the thing is, you don't know if the first one, like, if people are going to like it or not. So for studios, they'll be like, oh, well, we'll give you, access to making the first one, like, we'll give you enough budget and all that for that, and then we'll see how it goes from there. So all these, like, trilogy sets and stuff, or, like, most of them are usually, like, the first one's pretty self-contained, so just in case people don't like it and it doesn't sell the way they want it to, you at least have a movie out there that's, on its own. But once they do like it, and it, like, makes a big splash, then the studio will usually be like, all right, we'll give you the funding for the next two. So the next two end up being like a back-to-back thing, because they already have it in mind. They're going to be linking all these things together. So that's why you have so many like trilogies crop up where it's like a very recognizable pattern within them that goes. Obviously, Pirates of the Caribbean is no different, but they are all within themselves their own movie, pretty contained in itself, but there definitely is, a huge link between the second and third one, more so than the first one with any of them.
I will say I do like, one of the things that I like about the plot of the second one in particular, personally, is that it's like a direct consequence of the first movie. Like, the plot is set up because
of what they did.
Yeah, you helped Jack Sparrow escape. Well, now you have to face the consequences of that.
Yeah.
In order to do so, you gotta hop back in and get in more trouble.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's like you got the Black Pearl and Jack, but now he's got another thing that he did.
Yeah, like
That little rapscallion.
that little rapscallion. Yeah.
I like that loophole that like Davy Jones pulled on Jack too. Is like when he like pops up and tells him like, oh, you've had the pearl for 13 years. He's like, well, technically I only had it for however long.
Before I was mutinied.
Yeah, mutinied, and then, I just got it back. And he's like, so I've only been captaining it for a couple of years. And he's like, oh, but have you not referred to yourself this entire time as Captain Jack Sparrow?
Yeah, no, I love his performance too. And when he's then you've been a poor captain, but a captain nonetheless.
Captain nonetheless.
Yeah, no, I agree. And then, no, their whole back and forth I did really like as well. Like
The boy stays 99 souls.
And then I do also like when he
Even just the detail of him like smoking the pipe and it coming out of his like
the side.
Yeah, because he doesn't have like the nose here, so he's got like the little nostril things on the
Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool. And then I like that whole back and forth where he's like, one soul is not equal to another, and he's like, and Jack says something like, so we've established that my principle is sound. Now we're just haggling over price.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, and that transition's really cool too. I always really like when he's like looking through the telescope, and
Oh.
he just, like from across the water, he like locks eyes with him, and when he puts it down, he's just standing right in front of him.
Yeah. No, I do love the character of Davy Jones. I think that he's a good next villain. I do find it, I don't know, how do I put this? Like, just the idea that Jack has been like, I don't know, it's a little retconny that like Jack has had dealings with magic before, just because when he encounters the curse, of the Isle of De La Morta with the skeleton pirates.
Yes, yeah,
He's
that's
like,
right.
the curse is real, but it's like, dude, you talked to Davy Jones, made a whole ass deal
Yeah,
with
you
him
say-
before.
yeah.
Well, I see. The thing is, it's like I don't think he's skeptical about the magic aspect of it. I think it's skeptical about the fact that there was a curse. Because it's like, oh, he knows that, like I'm sure, like obviously he knows Barbosa was like his first mate, so he's like, yeah, he might be like just like he probably knows him as a bad guy, and then it's like he might just be drumming this shit up. You know, like making people fear him. It might be, you know, an actual curse with this stuff happening. They need me. I don't know. So it was more just kind of like shocking the fact that they were actually cursed, not more the fact because he wasn't like freaking out that they were like skeleton people. It was just more like, oh, so you guys are actually fucked up. Like I see now. And then he's like completely willing to go in for that. Like so. Like I get that they kind of like retcon more of that in there, like especially as the series goes on, that just kind of becomes a big aspect. Is like between like fucking every voodoo people and like sea creature magic and shit like that becomes like a major standing point.
I was gonna say,
series.
get ready, Mikey, because every movie retcons the last.
Okay.
That's like,
It's good to know.
yeah, every movie does, like, it's like, it turns out, actually,
I mean, I don't know if it like necessarily retcons.
it does. It does.
What- all right.
I don't want to spoil, but it does.
Yeah,
Especially in 3.
can you say the character? Are you thinking of?
I mean, there's the 7 Pieces of 8, for example.
I don't
Who
see-
are they are giving to?
I mean. Like, are you
We'll
talking-
go into
But we're going to speak in code here for a second. So are you talking?
Spoil it. Just spoil it.
So are you talking about the ceremony that they go into once they have the pieces for a particular
all of
person?
it, really.
Or well, because the thing is, it's like sure they establish in these movies that this like sea magic or whatever exists, right? Like they like the magic of the sea. or
Okay, but
whatever
that the
shit.
pieces that all exist, and then who gets them?
Oh, you talking about like the guy who comes down with the book kind of thing?
I'm talking about all. Again, I can't get into it without spoiling it for Mikey. But
Just do it.
Well, I'm saying because like even like the 7 Pieces of 8 thing, it's like
Just spoil it.
no,
because it's
no.
not because it's not very specific things.
You're
it's just like
we'll get into it. We'll get into it. We'll pass it on. Just
We'll talk about the slayer. We'll talk about the slayer.
yeah, I'm Meat Canyon family vlogging you.
Yeah. No, you better smile. You better swear I'll turn this ship around. You better yar her right now.
You're all right.
And the captain's got the big ass calves.
Yeah, I got 2 peg legs.
Yeah.
The Coachella fit.
Yeah, but regardless of again, we'll focus on retcons later. But
Alright.
but I do feel like it is a little bit. I do feel like it's
I
a
feel
retcon.
like it's just kind of like yeah, they kind of like retcon, but to an extent, I feel like it's more in the camp of it takes something that they had and then just kind of like keeps building on it. To a
Well,
way
I'm not saying that it's like egregious.
Mhm.
I'm just saying that it's like, you know, turns out actually the entire time
Yeah.
Jack Sparrow 13 years ago,
Suck the dick of
Davy
Mike
Jones.
Davy Jones and just let his babies all over the sea, and now we got to slay each one of them.
Yeah, like Horcrux style, like
Or-
in Harry Potter. I really like that we get to meet Bootstrap Bill.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, meeting Bootstrap Bill was really cool.
My thing about Bootstrap.
Real quick, I just want to say, how unlucky is he that he has befell 2 separate undead curses?
Yeah.
Well, he accepts the Davy Jones one
To get out of
to opt out of the other one that he had
I know.
because the thing is it's like it really sucked for him because he was like undead from like stealing the Aztec gold.
Strapped to a cannon at the bottom of the sea.
See, yeah, he couldn't die. He was just down there, and then Davy Jones just sails by underwater, and he's like, "Yeah, if you opt out of that, you can join my crew for an arbitrary amount of time." And it's like, "Yes, God, please do something."
Mm-hmm.
Like, it still sucks, but at least I can go somewhere and do something. But something for Bootstrap that like I always thought was kind of odd. Like, I really like I forget the guy's name. It's like he's one of the Skarsgårds. He's the dad of like that family. It's like that guy. I forget his name, but like throughout the whole first movie, and even still like in the series, they're like, "Oh, Will, you look just like your dad. You're the spitting image of Bootstrap Bill."
He looks
nothing like that guy. He looks nothing like him. And I've always been like, "What the fuck are they talking about?" Like,
yeah, no, agreed. I love, again, just going back to performances, like a line that has always stuck out in my head ever since I was a kid was when they're playing the liar's dice, and fucking Davy Jones like gets up and breathes at him, and he's like, "Bootstrap Bill, you're a liar, and you will spend eternity on this shit." That line read is always.
Oh yeah, no, again, that's just back to forget the actor's name, but the guy who plays Davy Jones just does such a good job.
Yeah, he was incredible.
Yeah. What's he say? Mr. Turner, feel free to pull into, or feel free to
hop off next
hop
time
off
we
and
make board.
Yeah.
No.
They just never did.
Yeah.
Something funny. This is
not only that, his ship was fucking badass too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't a spoiler, really. You'll see how or when it comes up in the third movie. But just something that I do like that they call back to in the second one, that they like implement in the third, is that like Davy Jones, like whoever captains the ship, right? I think is the ship
Can't
called
step
the
on
Flying
land. The Flying Dutchman.
Yeah, like they can't step on land, or they can only.
What's the pirate from SpongeBob's name again?
The Flying Dutchman.
Oh, the Flying Dutchman.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and because they reference Davy Jones' locker, because that's like a sailor's thing. Like Davy Jones' locker is like
Except
bottom of the
SpongeBob,
sea.
it's a gym locker.
Yeah.
So they're like, "Oh, the Davy Jones' locker," and like the ghost is the Flying Dutchman, whereas in here the captain is Davy Jones and the ship's. Anyway, like they mentioned in the second one, because it's like he can only go on land one day every 10 years. That's like the rules. Is like you can only be on land one day every 10 years, and there's a point when like they're coming after the chest in the second one. He says, "I can't step on shore again for near another decade," meaning that it already has passed, but it's more the point that he can't go.
Yeah.
So that's why he
already
sends
used up
crew.
his time.
So there's a point in the third one where you'll see where like they're doing like a meeting on like neutral turf, where it's like on this like small like sandbar, and like Davy Jones is there, and because he can't technically be on land, he's like standing in a bucket of water. Like he's got like a bucket of water sitting there, and he's just like posted up.
Dude, doesn't that mean he could like do like moon boots it though? Like he could tie 2 buckets of water to his feet.
I mean, I guess, but
If
like,
that works, I guess.
But on just the note in general, again, of the second movie and all that shit, I will say, personally, something that I didn't like, and again, this is very personal, is just the lack of sword fights. I'm a big fan of the sword fighting in like the swashbuckling genre, like Zorro, Three Musketeers. I love that shit. And in the second movie, the lack of sword fights was very noticeable to me.
I gotta say,
You're right. There was a lack of sword fights.
I gotta say, my issue with the second one has got to be that they like start to implement more of that like not so witty dialogue and stuff, like where it starts to fall off a bit in the writing quality. Like most of it's still good, but like there's an obvious notice of they try and put more emphasis on a lot of it, in which it starts to fall flat. And
I do notice the 2 comic relief characters become very prevalent.
Yes.
Oh yeah. What are their names again? You looked it up right
It was
before.
Raggedy and something else.
Raggedy and
Something
Pigskin.
starts with it,
Yeah, it was like Pit, something like that. Started with a P.
Yeah, so like they start to lean more into the like slapstick side, the more like comedy side of it, which again is fine. It's kids' movies, whatnot. But like it's not as like. To me, I felt like it worked very well tonally in the first one. This one, it feels a bit more like they lean on certain parts of it a little too much, and like I gotta say, it throws me off a little bit. I know you guys said like lack of sword fights, and I do agree where if they were to sparse it out a little more throughout the movie. But like as much as like there's that iconic wheel fight, I feel like it goes on way too long and becomes way too much of a set piece.
I was gonna say that was a common criticism even at the time when that movie came out.
That wheel scene, yeah, it goes a little
A
too
lot,
long.
yeah, a lot of people thought that was very because
Like it was very amusement park ridey, which is funny because the first one was based off an amusement park ride. It didn't feel like that.
yeah, like a lot of
We're
people
really getting to our roots with that set piece.
yeah, a lot of people felt that it like I get what they were going for. They were trying to create as much as I said it was my favorite scene in the first movie, the blacksmith scene sword fight, because they weren't just sword fighting in a blacksmith booth. You know, they were dodging around poles, and then they were
like it was like three-way fighting inside a wheel as it's turning. Like it was cool. Don't get me wrong, it was fine. But it went on a bit too long, and it was a bit too like slapsticky and like too much choreography.
Mm-hmm.
So like it kind of throws me off a little bit.
I was interested to hear what you think about that scene in particular, Mikey, because again, like that was a scene, that was a big scene of contention when the movie first came out.
I do share that sentiment that I think it went on for a little too long.
What did you think about it in general? Because people at the time even thought that the fact that it happened at all kind of was
Jarring.
yes, like when they're like when they're on top of it and then they get inside of it.
Yeah.
And
I thought it was okay.
yeah, no, I personally never felt that, but I was thinking I was curious
don't
about
think
yours.
I was as jarred as other people.
Yeah, like as a kid, I don't think I noticed. But like as you know, I've grown up. I'm like this shit does drag.
I think I was fine with it, but I think it just should have just wrapped up quicker.
Yeah.
You know what scene I think could have used a little bit, conversely, a little bit more time because I thought it was a cool concept, was when the two comedy side characters in Elizabeth were sword fighting the pirates and they were trading the sword back and forth, like going sword, sword, sword. I feel like we could have done
two swords between the three of them fighting a group of guys would have been kind of funny if they're all like throwing swords back and forth and shit, and like fighting them. Like that would have been something cool to kind of mix in with the wheel fight if they wanted to mix it up a little bit.
I mean, they did, but the ratio was like
don't.
this instead of like closer.
Well, I mean, they don't even really because like they don't fight them at all.
I remember them maybe
Maybe
they
slightly.
do in
just
the
when they're
director's
running.
cut, which maybe I watched when I was younger
because they like pull their swords out, like they're gonna like pull it on her, and then
I
they see
remember
all
that.
those guys running, and then they just give the swords to her and run away, and then she just kind of like drops the shit and runs too.
Okay, yeah, because that fight does exist, but that might be in a director's cut when I watched when I was younger. Because I remember distinctly they do that, but even then, like I said, like the ratio is not nearly the same. But okay, and then yes, going back to what Mikey brought up earlier, when he noticed the continuity error that I didn't pick up on at all, which is where Commodore Norrington's like holding a sword to Jack Sparrow, and between two different cuts, it goes from a cutlass to a small sword.
Because I was like, wait a minute, that sword just became very thin and very shiny.
Yeah.
And I was like, that is not the same fucking sword that he was holding.
Yeah, they have a few things like that I've noticed. Like in the first one when they're like introducing Jack, and you know he's like on the like little fucking dinghy that's like sinking.
Yeah.
You know, which again is it's a really good introduction for this character.
Yeah,
it tells you a lot about him before you even
Very
hear
charming.
shit from him at all. But something that like I caught when I was younger and like has stuck with me ever since is like there's like a miss in like the cut when he like steps off onto the dock.
Yes.
I think he like lifts his like for example, he lifts like his left leg to take a big step, but then like when it cuts and he's stepping on the dock, it's the right leg landing.
Something like that,
Or
yeah.
like vice
Really?
versa or something. Yeah, if you were to go to watch back that
I have
scene.
to watch that scene.
Yeah, it's like whatever leg he lifts up to take his big step off of, it's the other one that hits the deck
Okay.
or the dock or whatever.
But yeah, so I definitely think that I agree that the second movie is weaker than the first, but not like to
Not
Yeah,
to a
egregious
detrimental
extent, yeah, no.
extent.
Again, the first one was a like more self-contained movie, and I think that helped it a lot.
Yeah.
Because with the second one being like a back-to-back movie, it had to spend a lot of time setting shit up, so that way they can like wrap it up in the third one. So it kind of like holds it back a little bit, but at the same time, like still pretty solid. I really liked it.
no, me too.
And again, the Pirates trilogy is like a pretty solid trilogy.
Mikey, what would you rate the second movie out of 10?
Second movie, I give it an 8.
An 8.
I give it an 8.
I'd give it an 8.
I would agree. Yeah.
We all agreed on score? Yeah.
I know.
I think this is our first ever like agreeing on like this. Other than the Twilight game being
Patrick,
0.
put 3 8s on the screen.
Put 3 8s on the screen. Okay.
We're the 7 pieces of 8.
We're the,
pieces
we're
of
the 3
8.
pieces of 8.
Yeah.
3 pieces of 8.
Yeah.
Wait, is it 7? No, it's the 9 pieces of 8. Is it 7 pieces?
I don't know. It's been forever since I've seen Pirates 3.
I think it's the 9 pieces of 8 is what it was.
But in any case, yeah, no, it is kind of fun, and I think that that's interesting because it seems like we all like movies the same way as opposed to how we like our board games.
That's absolutely.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I'm still willing to give the first one a 10 just because I think for what it is a self-contained story that just kind of got the idea from a amusement park ride. Solid 10 for a movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like for me, that is a 10.
It's definitely a great movie.
But yeah,
Undeniably.
I do agree that like obviously the second one takes like a slight dip, but still pretty good. So
Mhm.
I'd say.
Yeah, no, it's. I mean, they're good movies, and that's hard to argue. And I think it's time that we watch the third one.
Yes. For this episode, then.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
We all have to wear it at one point.
We all have to wear it. But do you guys have any closing thoughts on the
get my
first?
hat back.
Okay, Captain. Okay, Captain Johnny Parrott.
Yeah.
It's me hat, my pistol with the one shot. You're bumbling, just like him.
This shot is not meant for you.
Oh God, dude.
I do gotta get that. I gotta get that African gray on my shoulder, man. I'm telling you, he's finally warmed up to me. I can throw him on there and bring him to fair.
It'll run off.
I can't get over all of those fucking Captain Jack Sparrow knockoffs from when I was growing up at fair, dude.
It's like you were talking about that like Tails.
Tails gets trolled.
Yeah, Tails gets trolled.
Oh,
Or it's like all the like troll and
OCs.
OCs.
Yeah, they all look like Naruto OCs. Yeah, it's very much that, dude. I wish you guys could have grown up in it because it was bad. It was a bad time.
I wish I was able to go to like Colossal earlier.
I wish I was able to go to like medieval fairs earlier. I didn't go to them until I moved here a few years ago.
Mm-hmm. Well, now we will all make up for lost time as a crew of gentlemen of
We didn't
fortune.
get to experience this as children. Now we will get to experience them as man children.
Exactly,
Yes.
and ruin the experience for actual children. No, but do you guys have any closing thoughts on the first two movies?
I think I said everything.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I feel like I've said everything I need to say about those movies.
Will Turner's still my goat.
He's a good character.
Here's the go.
Oh, I do remember one last question. I'm sorry, I totally forgot this. Mikey, what was your favorite scene out of the second movie?
Out of the second movie, it was the introduction of Davy Jones.
Yeah,
Thousands.
And him playing the fucking organ.
Oh,
that,
yeah.
that goes hard.
Him going hard. Dude, I would work so hard on the Flying Dutchman if I just heard that shit going.
Yeah. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, they wouldn't even need to be cracking them whips. I'm like, oh yeah, he's tackles it down, hitting the
Where's the masses?
Yeah, no, it is pretty sick that he has like a Kraken at his command, though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, having a Kraken at your command.
Yeah, I did love the whole climax of the third movie. That I forgot to
The
mention
second
that.
one.
In the second one, I love that whole climax with fighting the Kraken, and because like similar to the first movie, it had like a lot of callbacks and payoffs because Will experienced the first time we as the audience see it, but we don't see the Kraken when it takes down that random ship. And then the second time, Will's on the ship and he gets to see how the Kraken like fights.
Yes.
And then the third time he fights against it.
Yeah.
Using like his knowledge of it.
Yeah.
I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, that was really cool.
And then going back to sort of an Empire Strikes Back thing, like the heroes kind of lose in the end. The Black Pearl sinks, Jack dies.
Yeah.
Like, the heroes are defeated, but like that now they have to like pick themselves back up and spend the third movie rallying to get into place to finally fight and defeat their foes.
Yep.
But all right, guys. I think with that being said, we have stated all our thoughts on the first 2 pirate movies, and we'll probably watch the 3rd one right after this recording. But until next week, we hope to see you here, hopefully, in the corner of the tavern. There we go.
There we go. Hold on. Yar.